Okay, so like, when you're running through the station trying to catch your train and you finally get to the turnstile and there they are,
Right.
the passenger fare controller.
Yeah.
We've all been there, right? But have you ever thought about what it's really like?
To be on the other side.
Yeah, to be the guardian of the gate.
The gatekeeper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, for this deep dive, we're using these RoleCatcher reports to go behind the scenes of this surprisingly, like, nuanced job.
Yeah, it's funny how a job title we see almost every day
Right.
can actually be, way more complex than it seems.
Totally.
And these sources, they really give us a backstage pass, not just to what a passenger fare controller does, but also how tech is changing the whole game for them.
It's like one of those,
Yeah.
what are they called? Day in the life documentaries.
Yeah, yeah.
But for a job most people wouldn't even think twice about.
Absolutely.
And speaking of like the ins and outs of the job, the RoleCatcher Career Stages
Yeah.
section, that was really interesting. Yeah, they break it down like how you start entry level
Okay.
and then how the role changes as you move up all the way to leadership positions.
Interesting.
It is. And you know what I noticed? No matter what level you're at,
Yeah.
customer service, it's a constant.
It's huge. Right.
Whether you're helping a tourist who's totally lost
Mm-hmm.
or dealing with a commuter who's just had a bad day,
Right.
that human element, it never goes away.
And these sources really emphasize that, which is key.
For sure. Especially when you think about the work environment, they describe fast-paced,
Yeah.
dealing with the public, always the potential for something unexpected.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely not your average desk job.
Definitely not. And it takes a certain skill set,
Oh, like what?
Well, the sources really highlight communication,
Mm-hmm.
problem solving, even conflict resolution.
Whoa, conflict resolution.
Think about it. You're the first person someone talks to when they're lost or confused or maybe even trying to get away with something.
Okay, those difficult passenger situations.
Right.
That's where things get really interesting,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
RoleCatcher, they have these interview prep materials.
Mm-hmm.
And they have sample questions about dealing with, like, fare evaders, lost tickets, stuff like that.
Interesting.
It's like a window into the unexpected challenges of the job.
Yeah, it shows you how it's not just checking tickets.
Right.
It's about, keeping order, making sure things are fair, all while staying calm, even when things get crazy.
That's a lot of pressure.
It is, yeah.
So it's like customer service meets security guard meets, like, a little bit of detective work,
Absolutely. It's a fascinating mix.
Totally. Okay, speaking of detective work, this technology advances section.
Mm-hmm.
On the one hand, we have digital ticketing, changing everything.
Right.
But on the other hand, it doesn't seem like passenger fare controllers are going anywhere anytime soon.
It's true.
So, like, what's the deal with that?
Well, it's kind of like this paradox we're seeing everywhere. Technology can automate all these tasks,
Yeah.
but we still need that human touch.
Okay, I see.
So, yeah, digital ticketing might handle the basic stuff.
Okay.
But these sources, they argue that human oversight is still super important.
So the robots haven't taken over completely.
Not quite yet.
There's still a need for humans, like when the ticket machines decide to go haywire.
Exactly. Imagine rush hour,
Oh, no.
packed station, the system crashes.
Yeah.
Slittingly, those old school skills,
Like what?
visual checks, knowing how to talk to people, managing crowds,
Right.
they become essential.
It's like computers mess up, humans fix it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the sources did mention needing new skills too,
Right.
even with the human element sticking around.
Mm-hmm.
What do they mean by that?
It's not just about, working the turnstile anymore.
Okay, so what else?
These reports, they say adaptability is key.
Okay.
The passenger fare controller of tomorrow
Yeah.
might be fixing software glitches, analyzing rider data to find fare evasion, or even showing passengers how to use the new ticketing stuff.
Wow. That's a lot more than I thought.
It is, yeah.
So less about being replaced, more about working with technology.
Yeah, absolutely. Even mastering it.
Which could lead to some pretty cool career paths, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, someone's starting as a ticket collector now
Right.
could end up a data analyst working on fare systems.
Exactly.
Or even like making policy, shaping the future of public transport.
That's the thing with technology, always changing things up.
It's amazing. Forget the ticket punch. Give me a spreadsheet.
Right.
But speaking of getting started in this field, RoleCatcher had some really interesting things to say about interview prep.
Oh, yeah, their stuff is different.
It wasn't just general advice. They really got into it.
Well, they use AI, right, to look at job descriptions.
Yeah. And then what?
and then come up with super specific interview questions based on that.
Wow, that's kind of brilliant.
It is. It's like peeking into the hiring manager's head.
They gave some examples in the sources, right?
They did, yeah.
Like that question about a passenger arguing about their fare.
Oh, the classic.
Seems like a daily occurrence.
Probably is.
And a perfect example of how RoleCatcher goes beyond just surface level stuff.
Right. It's about showing how you think, how you stay calm, how important fairness is to you.
All super important for this job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's wild how, like, just how you handle a situation like that can say so much.
Right. It shows you're not just following the rules, but like you can figure things out, talk to people,
Right.
be level-headed, even when it's, kind of tense.
And those skills, they're useful anywhere.
Absolutely. But especially in these jobs where you're dealing with people all day long.
It's true. Speaking of which, remember that thing RoleCatcher mentioned about
What was it?
beating the automated recruiter?
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
It's not something you think about every day, but
With AI and everything.
it's more important than ever.
It's like another hurdle, you know? You're not just impressing the hiring manager anymore. You got to get past the algorithms first.
It's like you need the secret code.
I know, right?
But it seems like RoleCatcher, they've figured it out.
They've definitely got a good system going.
So they analyze all the job postings or something.
Yeah, tons of data. And they can spot the patterns, see what works.
To get noticed, both by the algorithms and the humans.
Exactly.
That's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It is. It's like having an edge, in the job hunt.
Totally. And when you put that together with like how they help you prep for interviews and understand how this job is changing with tech,
Right.
it really shows you how powerful it can be to like use tech to your advantage.
To work smarter, not harder, as they say.
Wouldn't agree more. It's funny. We started talking about something as simple as like taking tickets, and we ended up talking about AI and the future of work.
That's the thing about these deep dives. You never know where they'll go.
It's true.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show there's always something new to learn, even about jobs we think we already understand.
Especially with tech changing so fast. Who knows what the future holds, right?
Charlotte, maybe passenger fare controllers will become like experienced designers.
Right.
Using data to personalize your commute.
Who knows? The possibilities are endless.
And on that note of endless possibility, we're going to wrap things up for today.
Sounds good.
But before we go, we want to leave you with something to think about. How do you think tech is going to change the way we work in the future?
It's a big question.
It is. And what skills are we going to need to thrive in that new world?
That's for everyone listening to figure out.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and most importantly,
Keep learning.
and we'll see you on the next deep dive.
See you then.